Hey guys, how's it going? It's Davis here. As we all know, the world is kind of in shambles, a little bit of doom and gloom right now. We are all concerned about what's going on. Don't need to say it, we all know what's happening. So everything's kind of shut down. Everyone's basically stuck inside. Can't really do a whole lot. But you know, I think the world will go on. Everything's going to be good. So there's a little bit of panic. You don't think you need to, but I digress. I'm here to show that there is still some positivity going on. So I kind of came up with 5 articles that I found that are actually a little bit more positive, and one that's a little bit like yes at the very end. So stay tuned for that. But for now, let's get into it. The first is from Vans, the shoe company. They recently released a new set of shoes that are specific for children with autism. These shoes have been developed with a focus on soothing the senses, with focusing on the sound, touch, and feel appearance of these shoes. They are made as a slip-on, which is not new for Vans, of course, but they have this additional Velcro as well to make it nice and comfortable and soft for the foot. And because individuals with autism tend to have reactions with too many bright colors or anything like that, all these shoes are going to be made with more dulled down but still interactive type of colors so it doesn't overload any senses. But the biggest part of this story is the fact that not only are they developing these shoes, Vans is actually going to be donating up to $100,000 of this shoe's sales to a company called A Skate Foundation. They're a company that helps individuals with autism learn how to skateboard, which is actually pretty fun nowadays. Even though we're more known for being inside playing video games, getting outside and interacting and having something like that to do would be just amazing for anyone regardless. That's amazing, guys. Thanks, Vans, for that amazing story. Next, we're going into a little bit of extra environmental news. Firstly, a company out of Scandinavia has come up with a way of actually preserving the energy from the sun from solar panels, being able to use it longer and cheaper. As we all know, solar panels are a good way of creating energy without having to rely on traditional fossil fuels, oils, coal, anything like that. But kind of the issue is, one has to do with if you're in an area that doesn't get as much sun, maybe not like California, for example, it doesn't work as well. As of right now, there are ways to store the energy, but it's by using traditional ways of lithium batteries. Now, this company out in Scandinavia has found a way using aluminum to actually store the energy for longer, which ends up being cheaper and makes no emissions to the environment, therefore making solar power completely effective and completely long-lasting. Essentially what happens is the photons from the sun get captured by the solar panel, just like usual, but instead of going directly to energy to the house, it gets transferred to the company's generator system, which uses it as heat to melt the aluminum and power the battery. This then goes and gets stored and used throughout the house. So you can have it used throughout the night or stored for longer amounts of time, for periods of time when the sun isn't as abundant or as strong. Now, I'm no scientist. I have no idea how any of this works, but I think it's still a good story. It's a good way of saving energy, making it better for the environment for all of us. So let's keep it up, guys. I love this. And keeping on the topic of the environment, as we all know, CO2 is a major factor that influences global climate change. So a university out of the UK has found a way to help tackle some of that issue. They found that seagrass is a good way of cleaning the carbon out of the air. But an article posted by the WWF states that seagrass actually works 35 times faster than even the rainforests to clean carbon from the air. But unfortunately, it only covers about 0.2% of the ocean floors right now, so it's not doing a whole lot. So individuals from the Swansea University from the UK last year ended up picking seeds from the seagrass to help develop it this year to be planted up to 5 acres onto the ocean floor to help develop a full seabed to help fight the carbon. So, I don't know about you, but I think that extra clean air will be really amazing for the future to come. Next, a story out of California. Actually, the governor of California is going to be helping homelessness in the state by releasing almost 300 buildings that are owned by the government to be used for helping homelessness and as homeless shelters. So according to California government, big part of the issue with homelessness isn't necessarily just because of mental illness, is what most people say. Big part of it is the fact that there is no actual low-income housing. Therefore, people can't afford to get into homes at a cheaper rate. The California government has proposed a $750 million budget to help build these low-income housing so people can actually start renting houses and get into homes more effectively themselves instead of having to rely on these homeless shelters for people that don't have anything. They can start putting a small amount of money into actually getting into a small house to own themselves. This is definitely a good time to actually act upon this and get the problem finally dealt with. Especially with the virus that's going on, we don't need any more people getting sick as is. So good on you, California government. Let's keep up the good work. Now this one's not as wholesome, but still pretty positive, and the one I kind of left for last because I think it's going to get a lot of people happy. Harvey Weinstein, the man that caused the Me Too movement, is now officially been convicted of rape and sexual assault and is being sentenced to 23 years in prison. Like, there's some comeuppance finally. It's taken years, but he's finally getting his dues. As of right now, he's serving his time at the maximum security facility at the Wended Security System outside of Buffalo, New York. Officials are saying that he will be potentially transferred to a different prison due to his health concerns. I just think as long as he's locked up is definitely for the best. Let's get rid of those disgusting people that are trying to take advantage of individuals just that are trying to make their careers and lives better. Let's hope that this teaches a lesson to any producers, CEOs, anyone in high positions of power that you can't get away with this type of actions, and hopefully it won't continue along in the future. So there are a few news stories that I was able to find that are not COVID-19 related. Mostly positive. I think everything was happy. Let's get rid of the terrible people in this world right now. Let's help everyone build the environment a little bit better. Help your neighbors and friends out. Let's all stay positive. I know we can get through this together. And for now, that'd be it for today. I'll be around next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.